Thank you for your time today. I am Shane Harvey and I'm the Director of Outsourcing Services at KMG, and I'm excited to discuss our KeyPoint presentation. This PowerPoint presentation is designed to help you have a more impactful and engaged conversation with your client and continue to create consistency for your practice and for your clients. In addition, we believe this tool can help streamline your conversations and your meeting follow-up process and documentation. I'll get to that later. In the overall case prep process, KeyPoint is created after your meeting with your case prep analyst. After your strategies are confirmed and your agenda topics are determined, we will create the presentation. You'll receive it as part of your final case prep package and in the same folder as other KMG items provided to you. It will be in an editable PowerPoint format that will allow you to update the order of slides and to edit some slides as needed. There's also some integration with the other case prep reports we provide to you, so to be sure those features work as expected, you will need to keep all of the files you receive from us in the same folder. Your case prep analyst will provide more specific details upon rollout. Now, let's take a look at the actual presentation. The first few slides are designed to be an introduction and agenda to the topics you are going to discuss with your clients. This slide can be up on the screen as the client enters your office or your conference room. This slide is a basic outline of the things you will review at a high level. Here you are provided with a more specific agenda which matches the topic you decided you wanted to review with the client. These agenda items come from the topics that are reviewed with your analyst in your case prep meeting. Once the order and topics are determined and documented on the advisor meet sheet, we will update those agenda topics to be more client-friendly and then create this slide. Now we will get into the specifics of the topics reviewed in the previous slides. As you are aware, maintaining client personal data is required by FINRA and Home Office. This slide is here to outline some of the basic information we have on file for the client and when the data was last updated. This is where you can have a conversation with the client about that personal data and be sure everything is up to date. If you need additional information about the client's account suitability info, the button at the top of this slide will pull up more details on their specific suitability, as kept at Home Office. This slide focuses on Client 2 and the information on file for them. This slide outlines, at a high level, if they have updated beneficiaries on file, if they've completed their durable power of attorney, and if they have active bank accounts on file. If you need more detailed information on the beneficiaries for each client account, you can click the buttons at the top of the screen. This will open the beneficiaries document we pull from Advisor Mobile that outlines what specific beneficiaries are on file for each account. Please note, this slide will outline if the client has beneficiaries, but does not show if it matches their wishes. It may make sense, based on meeting type, to dive deeper with the client to determine if the beneficiaries still match their wishes and update in Advisor Mobile as necessary. This slide outlines the basic timeline of accumulating assets and then distributing the assets to cover goals. If your client is a non-planning client, this slide could be a good resource to outline the topics you cover in a financial planning relationship and to dive deeper into if a planning relationship makes sense for the client's situation. If your client is already a planning client, this slide can be used to remind the client of what service they are subscribed to and explore if there are any goals coming up you may have not yet identified. For clients that are already engaged in planning, this slide will outline the cost of the service and the important dates and status of delivery of your financial planning recommendations. This slide is designed to give a high-level outline of their investment allocation. This information comes directly from the Asset Allocation Management tool and is here for you to review their overall allocation on their accounts as part of their general risk tolerance. If you want to dive deeper into their specific accounts, you can click on the Client Viewer button at the top of the screen to open the print taken from when we created the prep. Want to talk about performance of accounts? Click on the Portfolio Manager Report button to open the PMT report we created for you at the time of prep. This slide outlines the managed accounts your clients hold and includes the values and fees associated with those accounts. This slide can help with your managed account annual review and can help facilitate the discussion about each account and any recommendations you may have on investment choices or account changes. Because of the special features and potential riders associated with annuities and some insurance products, we've split those products out and provide you with additional information you can provide to your client. You will receive a slide for each annuity. As seen here, if there are riders on the annuities, the details of those riders will be listed here to help with the review of the annuity and its features and benefits. Insurance products that are term, disability, or long-term care coverage will appear in a list format like this. If they have a permanent life policy that has riders, a more detailed slide like the annuity slides we just reviewed will be provided. As you know, keeping tax allocation in mind when looking at client accounts is important. This slide is designed to help outline how their accounts are structured. This high-level slide introduces the values and concepts. And this slide outlines the values of the account and what tax bucket they fall into. In addition to how accounts are held, it is important that savings to client accounts are structured appropriately as well. Here you will see the details of their savings to and distributions from their Ameriprise accounts. This information does not require systematic arrangements to be displayed here and includes the last year and current year numbers. We've broken this detail out per client. One thing to note here, if the client has required minimum distributions, we also have a slide that outlines what is required as the distribution and the amount taken year to date to help facilitate the discussion around your client's RMDs and to explain if more information is needed. Tracking systematic arrangements is important from different standpoints. This slide is designed to show all arrangements with funds coming into the client accounts from an outside source. This slide outlines the funds that are leaving the client accounts from a systematic standpoint. This is helpful in determining the client's portfolio withdrawal rate, which will be outlined at the bottom of this slide. Any arrangements that are transferring dollars between accounts, dollar cost averaging arrangements, or insurance premiums to Ameriprise products will be listed here. The next few slides are provided to you fully editable and are for you to document either before the meeting or as part of your conversation, the follow-up items that your client or you and your team need to complete. To update, just click on the slide and begin typing the items. Any investment recommendations or specific items you're recommending to the client can be documented here. Again, this presentation will be provided to you as part of your case prep package. It is provided in PowerPoint format, so provided you have the appropriate software, you can use it face-to-face on your computer, a tablet, or in a WebEx meeting. Because it's given to you as an editable file, you can adjust the order of slides to fit your delivery style, delete slides you might not use for that specific client meeting, and edit the text on the last slides prior to your client meeting. Some additional things to consider when using the presentation is that you can use it as part of your client follow-up process. You can print the presentation for the client or send it as part of your follow-up, even include it as part of your summary letter. This can be provided as a client conversation and supporting documentation for CSU. As we roll out this presentation as part of your case prep meeting, you can direct questions and suggestions for future versions to your case prep analyst. Thank you again for your time. I appreciate it.